Hello everyone. Let's start the solutions of CAT 24 slot 1 QA. So let's see what kind of questions we are going to get. The first one is a fruit seller sells a total of 187 fruits consisting of apples, mangoes, and oranges. The number of apples and mangoes are in the ratio of 5:2. Okay, so I have apples, I have mangoes. So how many apples do I have? 5x. How many mangoes do we have? That is 2x. And we have oranges as well. So how many oranges we have? That is 187 minus 7x. Okay. The number of, after she sells 75 apples. Okay. So 75 apples and 26 mangoes and half the oranges. So divide by 2. Okay. So 187 minus 7x divide by 2. This much has been sold. Okay. And it says the ratio of unsold apples to the number of unsold oranges. So unsold apples are how many? That is 5x minus 75. And unsold oranges are how many? That is this minus this. This comes out to be 187 minus 7x divided by 2. And this is in the ratio of 3:2. Fair enough. So basically, this 3 is going to the numerator. So I'm going to get 10x minus 150 upon 187 minus 7x, and that is equal to 3:2. Okay, just cross multiply. So I am going to get 20x minus 300, and that is equal to 187 into 3. 3 is going to be so challenge 561 minus 21x. Okay, so from here I am going to get 41x, and that is equal to 861. Okay, so this is going to be x comes out to be 21. Okay, the number of unsold fruits are, okay, so basically initially how many this is initial number of apples are 105 and sold are 75. So how many apples are unsold? 30. This is 42. This is 16, 26. So how many are remaining? 16. And this is going to be 147. So how many oranges were there? 40. 20 were sold. So how many are remaining? 20. So total unsold are going to be 30 plus 16 plus 20. That is equal to 66. So answer of this question is going to be 66. Now let's move on to the next question. It says that Renu would take 15 days working 4 hours a day to complete a task, whereas Seema takes 8 days working 5 hours a day to complete a task. So how many hours Renu is taking? That is 60 hours. How many hours Seema is taking? That is 40 hours. So ratio of time is 3:2. So ratio of efficiency, I can say that is going to be 2:3. So efficiency of Renu is 2, efficiency of Seema is 3. Okay, they decide to work together to complete a task. Seema agrees to work for double the number of hours per day as Renu, while Renu agrees to double the number of days as Seema. Okay, Renu works 2 hours a day. Okay, so Renu is working 2 hours a day, and Seema should be working 4 hours a day because Seema agreed to work twice the number of hours. And if Seema is taking, let me go back to this again. Seema agrees to work double the number of hours, so 4 hours. Renu agrees to double the number of days. So if Seema is working for T days, or let's say D days, then Renu is working for 2D days. Okay. So I am assuming that efficiency of Renu is 2, efficiency of Seema is 3, and in 60 hours Renu finishes the job. So what is the total work? That is going to be 60 into 2, or for Seema I can say that is 40 into 3. So my total work is going to be 120. Now Renu is working 2 hours a day, and her efficiency is 2. So in one day she is going to do 4 units, and in 2D days she is going to complete a total task of 8D. On the other hand, if I talk about Seema is working 4 hours a day and every hour she is doing 3 units. So she is going to do 12 units. And in D days, how much she is going to do? That is going to be 12D, and that should be equal to total work. That is 120. So 20D comes out to be 120. So here I can say D is equal to 6. So Seema is going to work for 6 days, and that's what question is asking. So my answer of this question is going to be 6. Now let's move on to question number 3. In September, the income of Kamal, Amal, and Vimal are in the ratio of 8:6:5. They rent a house together, and Kamal pays 15%, Amal pays 12%, and Vimal pays 18% of their respective incomes. Okay. So I am assuming that income of Kamal, Amal, and Vimal are 800, 600, and 500. Now Kamal pays 15%. 15% of 800 is going to be 120. Amal pays 12%. 12% of 600 is 72. And Vimal pays 18% of 500. That is 90. Okay. So total becomes, that is 210, 282. Okay. So the total rent, I can say it is going to be 82. Now, in October, what happened? The house rent is still same, that is still 282. On the other hand, income increased by 10, 12, and 15% respectively. So Kamal's income has become 880. Amal's income has increased by 12%. So 12% of this is 72. So his income becomes 672. And for Bimal, the income has become 575. So what is the total income we are talking about? That is 5, 7, 7, 7, 14 plus 2. This is 2. This is 14 plus, 10, 16, 21. Okay. So total income has become 2127. And this is, the rent is still unchanged. It says that house rent remains unchanged and income increases. So rent is still 282 and their income has become 2127. So what percent of the income the rent is? So now how I'm going to do it very quickly. I'm not going to use anything. I'm simply going to use calculator and get the answer. And answer in this case is going to be 13.26. And that's the answer of this question. Now let's see this question. What does it says? In a plane, in the xy plane, the area in the square and the regions are defined. Okay, fair enough. So first of all, I am going to say I have a line that is y is equal to x plus 4. Okay. So am I going to draw the line? Yes. So in coordinate, if x is 0, then y is 4. So I'm going to get something like here. X is 0, y is 4. If y is 0, then x is minus 4. So this is going to be something like this, and this is going to be like this. Now it says greater than. Greater than means I'm talking about this region where y is greater than x plus 4. Now, what do we have over here? Now, this is a very tricky thing. So minus 4 is less than equal to x square plus 4x plus y square minus 4y, and that is less than equal to 0. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to add 4 over here, I'm going to add 4 over here. So in the middle, I'm going to add 8. So in the LHS, I'm going to add 8, and RHS again going to add 8. Okay, so 4 less than equal to x plus 2 whole square and plus y minus 2 whole square, and that is equal to 8. So if you look very closely, so x plus k whole square plus y minus h whole square is equal to something is actually equation of a circle. And it is a circle that has center as h comma k. So this is the center of the circle is going to be this. And if I'm going to take this, so I can say this is 2 square and this is 2 root 2 square. So radius of the circle is going to lie between 2 and 2 root 2. Okay. Now, if I'm talking about minus 2 and 2, so if I put x equal to 2 over here, y becomes, if I put x equal to minus 2 over here, y becomes 2. So it means, so basically this point is 0, 4. This point is minus 4, 0. So if you see the midpoint itself is minus 2 comma 2, it means center of the circle is the midpoint of the line. Okay, and what is the distance from here to here? That is going to be 4 root 2. So this length is 4 root 2. Okay. Now I have two circles. One circle has a radius of 2. Second circle has a radius of 2 root 2. So I am drawing a circle that has a center as this. Radius is 2 root 2, means it must be touching 0, 4 and minus 4. And I am going to draw a circle like this. And if I'm going to see, this is the region that I'm looking for. That is semicircle, right? If I'm going to take radius as 2, I am going to get a circle like this. That is like this. And I am looking for a region that is greater than this and less than this. Means I'm talking about this region. And radius of the bigger circle is 2 root 2. Radius of the smaller circle is 2. So how I'm going to calculate the area? I am going to calculate the area of bigger semicircle minus smaller semicircle. I'll get the required area. So what is the area of bigger semicircle? That is pi r square minus pi r square. Divide by 2, because we are talking about semicircle, not the total circle. So it is going to be 8 pi minus 4 pi divide by 2. So I am going to get 2 pi divided by 4 pi divided by 2. So that comes out to be 2 pi. So answer of this question is going to be option 4. That is 2 pi. Now let's move on to the next one. Now it says the four numbers are in such a way that their average of first two numbers is okay. I think there is an issue. Let me see what is there. The average of four numbers says that average of first two numbers is 1 more than the first number. Average of first three numbers is 2 more than the average of first two numbers. Average of first four numbers is 3 more than the average of 3 more than the average of first three numbers. It should be first three numbers. This is something we have. Okay. And the question is talking about what is the difference between smallest and largest number. Okay. So what I am going to do over here, the average of four numbers is that average of first two numbers is 1 more than the first number. So let's assume first number is 1. Okay. So average of first two numbers is 1 more than first number. So average of first two numbers is 2. Right. So if average of first two numbers is 2, then sum of first two numbers is going to be 4. It means second number should be 3. Okay. Now average of these two numbers is 2. Okay. The average of first three numbers is 2 more than the average of first two numbers. So average of first two numbers is 2. So average of first three numbers should be 4. Right. So sum of first three numbers should be 12. Right. So 1 plus 3, 4. So third number should be 8. Now I have average as 4. Okay. Now average of first four numbers is 3 more than the average of first three numbers. So average of first four numbers should be 7. Right. So sum should be 28. So if sum is 28, so 1 plus 3, 4, 4 plus 8, 12. So fourth number should be 16. Now question is talking about what is the difference between largest and smallest number. That is going to be 15. So answer of this question is going to be 15. Now let's move on to the next question. Now question is saying when 10 power 1000 is divided by 7, what is the remainder? So basically whenever we talk about remainders or remainder theorem, we can use in such case we can use Fermat's little theorem, we can use Euler's theorem, but I'm not going to use any theorem. I'm going to solve this question without any theorem. Okay. So basically, whenever you have a question like this, so first of all, divide 10 by 7. What is the remainder? 3. So I am just replacing the number by the remainder itself. So my question is 3 power 100 divided by 7. What is the remainder? Okay. So 3 into 3. So when numbers get multiplied, remainders also get multiplied and so on. How many times? 100 times we are talking about. So 3 into 3, 9. In this case, my remainder is 2. Now 2 into 3, 6. So my remainder is 6. Now 6 into 3, 18. My remainder is 4. Now 4 into 3, that is 12. Remainder is 5. 5 into 3, 15. The remainder is 1. So basically, I can say at 3 power 6, my remainder is 1. So at 3 power 6 power 16 into 3 power 4. So at 3 power 6, my remainder is 1. So 1 power 16 into 3 power 4. So at 3 power 4, what is the remainder we have? That is 81. 81 divided by 7. So my overall remainder comes out to be 1 into 4. So my answer of this question is going to be option 3. That is remainder is going to be 4. Now let's see question number 7. What does it say? It says that x is a positive real number, says that 4 log x. Okay. So in this question, which identity we are going to use? That is log a power n b. So that can be written as 1 upon n log b base a. So that is the identity we are going to use in log in this particular question. Okay. So basically, I have 4 log base 10x. Instead of 100, I can write it as 10 square. So if I use that identity, I'm going to get 4 upon 2 log base 10x. Okay. Similarly, I can write 1000 as 10 power 3. So it becomes 8 upon 3 log base 10x, and that is equal to 30. Okay. So I have log base 10x everywhere common. So I'm going to take log base 10x common. Then 4 is 4, 4 by 2 is 2, and 8 by 3. And that is equal to 30. Fair enough. So log base 10x, that is equal to 18 plus 8, 26 upon 3, and that is equal to 13. So this is 2, this is 1. So I am going to get log base, and this comes out to be 3 upon 2. Now, by the basic definition of log, I can say x is equal to 10 power 3 by 2. So 10 power 3 by 2, I can say 10 power 1 into 10 power 1 by 2. So this is equal to 10 into root 10. Okay. Now question is saying what is the greatest integer function of x? Okay. So 10 is 10 and 3, this root 10 is 3.1 something. So this becomes 31 point something. So greatest integer function is going to be 31 itself. So my answer of this question is going to be 31. Now let's move on to the next question and see what does it says. It says if the equation x square plus mx plus 9 equal to 0 and x square plus nx plus 17 equal to 0 and this and they have one common negative root, the value of 2m plus 3n. Okay, fair enough. So what is the approach we are going to take in this question? Let's assume that common root in all three equations is alpha. Okay, so my equation becomes alpha square plus m alpha plus 9, and that's equal to 0. Okay. Then it becomes alpha square plus n alpha plus 17, and that's equal to 0. So if I add both the equations, I'm going to get 2 alpha square plus m plus n times alpha plus 26, and that is equal to 0. Now I'm going to put alpha over here. So that is going to be alpha square plus m plus n alpha plus 35, and that's equal to 0. Now I'm going to subtract. So what I'm going to get? I am going to get alpha square minus 9 equal to 0. So alpha square comes out to be 9. So alpha comes out to be plus minus 3. But I won't take it as plus 3 because the question is saying it has a common negative root. So alpha cannot be 3. It has to be minus 3. So in this, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to put 3 over here. So what I'm going to get, 3 square is 9 plus m into minus 3 plus 9, and that's equal to 0. So from here, I'm going to get m is equal to 6. Okay. Now in the second equation, 3 square is 9, minus 3 square is 9, minus 3n plus 17, and that's equal to 0. So I can say 3n is equal to how much? It is going to be 26. So n comes out to be 26 upon 3. Now what question is saying? Question is asking what is the value of 2n? 2m is 12 and 3n. 3n is how much? 26. So what is the value of 2m plus 3n? That is equal to 38. So answer of this question is going to be 38. Now let's move on to the next question. So what does it say is the sum of all real values of this. Okay. Now what I can do, I can write it as, in this question, what is the trickiest part? The trickiest part is to figure out this number is somehow related to power of 2, right? So basically how we can figure out, we can say that 2 power 10 is 1024 and it is 32,000, right? So 2 power 5 is 32. So if you multiply these two numbers, you will figure out that this number is 2 power 15. Okay. Now every number is in reciprocal. So I am not going to take it in reciprocal. I am going to simply write it as 8 power k into 32,768 times power 1 by 3. That is equal to 8 power 1 into 32,768 power 1 by k. Because everything is in reciprocal, so I have taken reciprocal of this, I'll get this value. So this can be written as 2 power 3k into 2 power, this is 2 power 15, so 2 power 15 upon 3, that is equal to 2 power 3 into 2 power 15 upon k. Okay, so LHS becomes 2 power 3k plus 5, RHS becomes 2 power 3 plus 15 upon k. So I can say 3k plus 5 is equal to 3 plus 15 upon k. So 3k minus 15 upon k is equal to minus 2. Okay. So 3k square minus 15 is equal to minus 2k. Fair enough. So I have a quadratic equation that is k square plus 2k minus 15, and that's equal to 0. Now, how many values k is going to have? K is going to have two values in this question. And what are the sum of those values? That is the sum of the roots of this equation. So let's say one value is k1, second value is k2, and sum of those values is going to be sum of the roots, that is minus 2 upon 3. So answer of this question becomes option 1, that is k is equal to minus 2 upon 3. Now let's move on to the next one. Question number 10. Okay. This is, I think, the easiest question cat offered in this paper. The selling price of a product is fixed to ensure 40% profit. Okay. So let's say cost price is X. Selling price is 1.4X. If the product has a cost 40% less, okay, so cost becomes 0.6x, right? And it has been sold at 5 rupees less. So selling price becomes 1.4x minus 5. Now in this case, profit would have been 50%, right? So cost price is this, profit percent is 50%, it means 1.5, and that is equal to 1.4x minus 5. So from here I can say that 0.9x is equal to 1.4x minus 5. So from here I can say that 0.5x is equal to 5. So x comes out to be 10. Now what happened during the exam? A lot of people mark the answer as 10. But the answer is not 10 because the question is not talking about the value of x. Question is saying what is the original selling price. So original selling price is 1.4x, that is 14. So answer of this question is going to be option 2, that is 14. Now let's see the next question. What does it say? Okay. So x1, x2, x3 are in AP such that x5 is equal to -4 and this, and question is talking about what is the value of x, 100. Fair enough. Okay. So what I am going to do in this case, I am going to say it is an AP, right? So I'm not going to think much in this question. Let's say first term is A and common difference is D. So I am going to have a series like this, right? And so on. So what is the value of fifth term? That is A plus 4D. And that is equal to what? -4. Okay. Now 2x6 means 2 times A plus 5D plus 2 times A plus 8D, and that is equal to A plus 10D plus A plus 12D. Okay. So I'm going to have 2A plus 10D plus 2A plus 16D, and that is equal to 2A plus 22D. So 2A 2A cancels out. So I can say 2A is equal to -4D. Okay. So I can say that A is equal to -2D. Okay. So I'm just going to plug in over here. So it is going to be -2D plus 4D is equal to -4. So from here I can say that -2D, plus 2D is equal to 4. Sorry, -4. So D comes out to be -2. So if D is -2, then A should be equal to what? A should be equal to 4. Right. And the question is talking about what is the 100th term. So 100th term is going to be A plus 99D. So A is what? 4. 99 is 99 and D is what? -2. So 4 plus -198. So what is the 100th term? That is option 1 -194. So my answer of this question is going to be option 1. This was extremely easy. This was means if you are going to get this question in the exam and you are getting it wrong, no, that shouldn't happen, because this is 3 numbers for free. So it might take 2.5 minutes to solve this in the exam if nothing clicks, but still in 2.5 minutes getting 3 marks is perfectly fine, and I think it should be done. Now let's move on to the next one. What does it says? It says a set contains, consider 2 sets. A is equal to 2, 3, 5, 7, 11 and 13. Okay, there are 6 numbers inside it. And B is 1, 8, 7. F be a function from A to B such that for every element in B, there is at least one element such that this. Okay, fair enough. So what is the approach we are going to get this question? Should it be solved in the exam? This is a tricky scenario. If you are able to understand what kind of question it is, you should. Otherwise, this is not a question that you if it doesn't click within a minute that what is the approach, then it shouldn't be attempted. This is that kind of question. So so what is the approach for this question? Now the approach is, if you have studied the concept of boxes and balls in the class of PNC, this question should not be very difficult. So basically, B should be mapped from at least one element from A. And how many elements are there in B? There are 3 elements. So I am going to solve this question by using the concept of boxes and balls. So in A, there are 6 elements. In B, there are 3 elements, and B should be mapped from A. It means there are 3 boxes that are the elements of B, and these 6 balls are there. You have to place 6 balls in 3 boxes in such a way so that no box is empty, right? So I am going to have A plus B plus C, and that is equal to 6, because I have to drop 6 elements in I have to drop 6 elements in 3 boxes. In how many ways I can do that so that no box is empty? Okay. So first of all, I'm going to find out the solutions for it. Okay. So it is going to be 1, 1, 4. That is my first solution. Second solution is going to be 1, 2, 3. Okay. What can be next solution? It can be 1. It should be 2, 2, 2. Is there any other way to solve this? No. There are only 3 possibilities. Okay. So how can I arrange this? So basically, I have to arrange 6 balls into 3 boxes. So basically, 6 factorial divided by 1 factorial, 1 factorial, 4 factorial. This is grouping into 2 factorial. So basically, I have grouped 6 balls into 3 groups. Now, to arrange in 3 groups, you need to multiply it with 3 factorial. So this comes out to be how much? 6, 5 into 6, 30, 15, 15 into 6, 90. Okay. Now, how I'm going to solve this? 6 factorial divided by 1 factorial, 2 factorial, 3 factorial into 3 factorial. So it is going to be how much? 120 divided 60, 60 into 6 comes out to be 360. Now, how can I solve this? That is 6 factorial divided by 2 factorial into 2 factorial into 2 factorial into 3 factorial. That is called grouping into 3 factorial. So this cancels out. This part is called as grouping. This part is called as arrangement. So grouping and arrange. Group and arrange. So it is going to be how much? 90. So what are the total arrangements we are going to get? 360 plus 90 plus 90. So 360 plus 180. So it comes out to be 540. So my answer of this question is going to be option 1. That is 540. And if that grouping concept and this arrangement of boxes and balls doesn't click you, this is a question that should not be attempted during the exam, because even if it clicks, it is going to take a lot of time and you are going to be consistently confused whether you are doing it right or not. So this is a question that should be left out. Let's move on to the next one. Let's move on to question number 13. Now, what does it say? It says that ABCD is a rectangle such that AB is 56, BC is 45. Okay. So what I am going to have, A, B, C, D. AB is 56, BC is 45, and E is the midpoint of CD. So this is actually 28. This is also 28. And the question is talking about what is the inradius of this. Okay, fair enough. So I can say this is 45 because it is a rectangle. This is 90 degrees. So if I'm going to use Pythagoras theorem, that is 45 square plus 28 square is square root. So basically so I can say A square is equal to what? A is equal to root of 45 square plus 28 square. And this value comes out to be 53. So what is the inradius of right angle triangle? That is going to be 45. So in any right angle triangle, let's say this is a right angle triangle, this is A, this is B, this is C. Inradius is given by A plus B minus C divided by 2. So it is going to be 45 plus 28 minus 53 divided by 2. So this is 73 minus 53, that is 20 divided by 2. So inradius of this triangle, or inradius is also called as radius of incircle of triangle ADE, is going to be 10. So answer of this question is going to be 10. Now let's move on to the next question. What does it says? Question number 14. The sum of all 4-digit numbers that can be formed with a distinct non-zero digits A, B, C, D, with each digit appearing exactly once. Okay, So let's say I have 4-digit number, I have 4 digits or 5 digits, and I have all non-zero. And how we are going to calculate sum of all the numbers that are formed by those digits. Okay. So let's say there are n digits. In this question, it is given 4 digits. So let's say there are n digits. So how I can calculate the sum of all numbers? That is 1, 1, 1, n times into n minus 1 factorial into sum of the digits a plus b plus c and so on, right? So in this case there are 4 digits, so 1 1 1 1 into n minus 1, so 4 digits, so 3 factorial into sum of the digits a plus b plus c plus d, and that is going to be sum of all the digits, and that is equal to 1 5 3 3 1 0 plus n. Okay, so this is going to be something 6666 into a plus b plus c plus d plus 153 3 1 0 plus n. So basically what is going to happen, how we are going to solve it. So if you divide, and the question says n is a single digit number, so my sum is going to be close to this number, right? So I'm going to divide this by 6666. So my value comes out to be very close to 23. It means this sum of all 4 digits should be 23. So that is going to be 6666 into 23. So if you divide this number by 6666, the value comes out to be 22.9 something. So that's the reason I figured out. So basically this product comes out to be 153318. It means n should be equal to 8. A plus B plus C plus D should be equal to 23. And question is saying what is the value of A plus B plus C plus D plus N. So that is going to be 23 plus 8. So my answer of this question comes out to be 31. So the answer will be 31. Okay. If you know this concept, how to calculate the sum of all the numbers formed by the digits, it's this question is doable. Otherwise, I won't say it's pretty much doable. Now let's move on to the next one. A shop wants to sell a certain quantity. Okay, it sells half the quantity and additional 3 kgs to the first customer. Then it sells half of the remaining quantity and additional 3 kgs to those grains to the second customer. Then again sells half, then 3 kg, and it finishes. Okay, so there are two ways to solve this question. One, you can go by options. Second, you can solve. If you want to solve, then start from the bottom. This is not a question where you can go from top to bottom. You can start from the start, then you can progress downwards. No, you have to start from the end, then you move to the top. You will get the answer. So now, if I'm going to start from the end, he sells half. So when last customer came, he had x kgs. So he sells half, means he sells x by 2 plus 3 kgs. Now he has nothing. It means x should be equal to x by 2 plus 3. It means x by 2 should be equal to 3. It means x should be 6. So when last customer came, he had 6 kg left. Okay. Now, when second last customer came, he had y kgs and he sold how much? Y by 2 plus 3 kgs. Then how much is left out? That is 6 kgs, because when last customer came, 6 kgs was left out. It means this is y, he sold y by 2. So remaining y by 2 should be equal to 3 plus 6, that is going to be 9. So y by 2 is 9, so y comes out to be 18. Okay. When the first customer came, he had z kg. He sold how much? Z by 2 plus 3. Then how much is remaining? 18 kgs. It means z by 2 should be equal to 3 plus 18, or I would say 21. So z should be equal to 42. So how many kgs we are talking about? 42 kgs. So answer of this question is going to be option 1, that is 42. Now, these kind of questions are I would say pretty common in CAT. These questions has been asked before. So whenever you see these kind of question, one person is selling this, then he's selling this, then he's selling this. So these kind of questions are the generic approach of these kind of questions is always bottom to top, not top to bottom. Let's move on to the next one. What does it says? Question number 16. A glass is filled with milk. 2/3 of its content is poured out and replaced with water. Fair enough. And if this process is repeated 3 more times, okay. So final quantity of milk is equal to initial quantity. Initial quantity is, let's say, 1. It is replaced, and how much? 2/3. How many times it is going to be done? 4 times. So it is final quantity of milk is going to be 1 into 1 by 3 power 4, or I would say final quantity of milk is 1 by 81. It means out of 81 liters, milk is 1. So how much water is there? Water is 80. So ratio of milk to water is going to be 1:80. So my answer of this question is going to be option 2. So this is the easiest question of slot 1. This question. Second, that profit and loss question. These two has been extremely easy questions in CAT. In this question, if you are going to make a mistake, the people who have made mistakes in this question, they marked 1:81. But that is milk is to total, not milk is to water. Milk is to water is 1:80. And this error, I would say that is a silly error. You didn't read the question. If you are marking this answer, it means you have made a very silly error. Instead of +3, you have gone down to 4 marks, you got -1. But in these kind of questions, when you see the question is extremely easy, read very carefully because the solution is easy. Sometimes the wordplay might hamper your score. Now let's move on to the next one. Question number 17. A plus b root n is a positive square root of this. Okay. And okay, n is a natural number, and this. I need to find out the maximum value of this. Okay. So whenever we have these kind of questions, so square root of this. So whenever you get these kind of questions, 29 minus 12 root 5, and square root should be in this format. It means, I would say, let's say this is something. So it means 29 minus 12 root 5 should be equal to a minus b whole square, or b minus a whole square, whatever it is. Okay. So it is equal to a square plus b square minus 2ab. So 2ab should be equal to this. Okay. So I can say 2ab is equal to 12 root 5. So I can say that AB is equal to what? 6 root 5. Now, how I can get it? I can get it as 1 into 6 root 5. I can get it as 2 into 3 root 5. I can get it as 3 into 2 root 5. And these kind of ways I can get it, or I can get it as 6 into root 5. Okay. Now, a square plus b square should be equal to 29. So 1 square plus this square is definitely not. So this is rejected. 3 square is 9 into 5, 45 plus 4. No, definitely not. 3 square is 9. This is 20. 20 plus 9 is this. So I got the value. So basically, this is actually 2 root 5 minus 3 whole square. Now it is equal to 2 root 5 minus 3. Now, why I'm not writing as 3 minus 2 root 5? Because if you are going to write as 3 minus 2 root 5, this value is actually negative. So it means it should be 2 root 5 minus 3, right? So that is actually b minus a whole square. Now, the tricky part is, question is talking about what is the maximum possible value, but we are going to get only one value. Then how? So it is, I'm going to write it as this. Same thing. Now, how? I'm going to get one value of a, that is minus 3, one value of b, that is 2, one value of n, that is 5. How we are going to find out the maximum value? Is it a problem? Yes, because there might be multiple values. And how? Because a is definitely minus 3, but 2 root 5 can also be written as 1 into root 20. So in this case, A is this, B is this, N is this. In this case, A is -3, B is 1, and N is 20. So where I am maximizing A plus B plus N, not in the first case. We are maximizing it in the second case. That is -3 plus 1 plus 20. So in this case, answer shouldn't be 4, answer should be 18. So answer of this question is option 2, that is 18. Now let's move on to the next one. Question number 18. Okay. The surface area of closed rectangular box is 846. Okay. So what is the total surface area of a rectangular box? That is 2LB plus BH plus HL. Okay. And that is given to us as 846. Sum of all edges. How many edges does a rectangle have? A rectangle have 12 edges, 4 lengths, 4 width, and 4 heights. So 4 times L plus B plus H is equal to 144. Okay. So I can say L plus B plus H is equal to how much? That is equal to 36. Now I'm going to square it. So that is going to be L square plus B square plus H square plus 2 times LB plus BH plus HL is equal to 1296. Okay. Now I know that this value is 846. So that is L square plus B square plus H square is equal to 450. Okay. So what is the diagonal of this? Diagonal is going to be square root of L square plus B square plus H square. And that is equal to, that is 225 into 2. So that is 15 root 2. Okay. Now, if you imagine a sphere and inside a sphere, you put a rectangular box. So if you see the diagonal of that box is actually the diameter of the sphere. So this is actually 2r, right? So r comes out to be 15 upon root 2. Now question is talking about the volume of the sphere. So volume of the sphere is going to be 4 by 3 into pi into r cube. That is 15 upon root 2 into 15 upon root 2 into 15 upon root 2. So the volume of sphere is given by 4 by 3 pi r cube. So that is 2, 2, 2. So this becomes root 2. This becomes 5. So 225 into 5 is 1125 pi root 2. So the volume of the sphere becomes 1125 pi root 2. This question, I would say, it was easy, but you need to imagine that the diameter of the sphere must be equal to the diagonal of the cuboid. So if you are able to figure that out, this question was pretty much doable. It would take somewhere around 2 minutes to solve the question during the exam, and you will get the answer. Now let's move on to the next one. Question number 19. This is a question, I don't think this clicked to anyone in the exam, but this is a question that was very easy when you solve it. These kind of questions we have seen multiple times in CAT, and very easy to solve. But it's difficult whether it is going to click to you during the exam or not. Now, what we are going to do here, 4 times x minus y minus z is equal to 3 plus a. What is a? A is this. That is 4 x square plus y square plus z square. Now I'm going to take everything on one side, that is 4x square minus 4x plus 4y square plus 4y plus 4z square plus 4z plus 3, and that is equal to 0. Okay. I am going to write it further. 4x square minus 4x plus 1 plus 4y square plus 4y plus 1 plus 4z square plus 4z plus 1, and that is equal to 0. Now that is 2x minus 1 whole square plus 2y plus 1 whole square plus 2z plus 1 whole square, and that's equal to 0. it means if sum of 3 squares is 0, it means every value should be 0. It means x is 1 by 2, y is 1 by 2, z is also 1 by 2. So x square is 1 by 4. Sorry, this is minus minus. So x square is 1 by 4, y square is 1 by 4, z square is 1 by 4. So this is 3 by 4 into 4. So the value of A becomes option 4, that is 3. Was tricky when you are reading this question in the exam. I'm not sure it is going to click to you or not, that it can be done in this. Again, these kind of questions has been asked multiple times in the previous years. It was difficult to click. I don't think anyone solved this question during the exam. Now let's move on to the next one. Question number 20. For any natural number, n, let's say n, the largest integer not exceeding root n. Okay. So a1, so square root of 1 is 1, so it is 1. A2, square root of 2 is 1 point something, so that is also 1. A3 is 1 point something, so 1. A4, that is square root of 2, so that is 2. Okay. So first three terms, if I'm talking about A5, that is also going to be 2. So when it is going to be 3, at A9, it is going to be 3. At A16, it is going to be 4. At A25, it is going to be 5. And from A16 to A25, every value is going to be 4. At A36, it is going to be 6. And at A49, it is going to be 9. Sorry, 7. So first three numbers, we have 1. So sum of first three numbers is this. Next 5 numbers, every number is 2. So sum is going to be 2 into 5. Next 7 numbers, every value is 3. So 3 into 7. Next 9 numbers, every number is 4. So 4 into 9. Now, if you see the pattern, so basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 5, 7, 9. So it is going to be 5 into 11. Then I have 6 into how much? 13. Then how much we are going to have? Then 7 is 49 and 50. So 7 is appearing only 2 times. So this is 3 plus 10 plus 21 plus 36 plus 55 plus 78 plus 14. This plus this is 50. 50. So 50 plus 10, 60. So I'm going to write 60 plus 24. Plus this is going to be how much? 55, 120, 133. And total sum comes out to be 217. So answer of this question is going to be 217. So not very difficult to solve, but if the language is clear, you understood what question want to say, it can be solved easily during the exam. Now let's move on to the next one. Question number 21, what does it says? It says the amount of 10,000 has been deposited in a bank for a certain amount of years of simple interest of 5% per annum. On maturity, the total amount received is deposited in bank B for 5 years at a simple interest of 6%. Okay. And the interest received from A and B is in the ratio of 10:13. Okay. So basically, I have initial amount is 10,000. I'm spending it, I'm depositing it for T years at a rate of 5. So this is my interest, right? For the next 6 years, principal is 10,000 plus, sorry, it should be divided by 5. Instead of this, I will write 5%. So 5% is going to be 5%, 10,000 T. So this is my principal. Now, what is the interest rate? Is 6%. What is the time period? This. And this ratio is given to us as 10:13. Okay. Now, if you see in the denominator, we are having 13. Now, this is not a multiple of 13. This is not a multiple of 13. It means this number should be multiple of 13. So it means 10,000 uh, into t into 5 by 100. So this is actually going to be 500t or 10,000. So 10,000 plus 500 and t should be a multiple of 13. So what should be the value of t? It should be 6. So 10,000 plus 3,000 is going to be 13,000. So if you want, we can check as well. So that is 10,000 into, this is t is 6, 5% is 5 by 100, PRT by 100, divide by this total value comes out to be how much? 13,000. Again, it should be divided by 100 into 30 by 100. 100 cancels out, or I would say 10 upon 13. So 30 cancels out. Is it 10 upon 13? Yes. So if you put t equal to 6, you are directly going to get the answer as option 4, that is 6. You don't have to solve this question if you are going to solve this equation. This is going to be a lengthy process. But this is a question that if you are going to use the options, it is extremely easy to solve during the exam. Now, let's move on to the next one. Question number 22. What does it says? There are two places, A and B. They are 45 kilometers apart. Okay. Anil goes from A to B and Sunil goes from B to A. A, B. This is Anil. This is Sunil. And the distance between the two is 45. Okay. They cross each other in 90 minutes. So they cross each other in 90 minutes. 90 minutes means 1.5 hours. Okay. So both of them are covering a distance of 45 in 1.5 hours. Anil is going like this, Sunil is going like this. So what is the relative speed we are talking about? So relative speed is going to be 30. Means speed of Anil plus speed of Sunil should be equal to 30. That's what I can see. Okay. If Anil reaches B exactly 1 hour 15 minutes after Sunil reaches A, the speed of Anil. Okay. So it means Anil is reaching B after Sunil reaches A. It means Sunil is reaching first. It means Sunil is faster. Right. So if Sunil is faster, then Anil is slower. So speed of Anil should be less than 15. So it means this cannot be the value of Anil. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to simply take this 12. So this is 12. And this is how much? 18. Okay. So they met each other here, right? So Anil is traveling with a speed of 12. Okay. So how much time Anil is taking? 45 upon 12. So that is going to be 3.75 hours, right? Sunil is taking how much? 45 upon 18. So that is how much? 2.5 hours. So basically, Anil is taking 1.25 more hours. That is 1 hour 15 minutes more than Sunil. It means the answer that I have calculated is right. So here my answer of this question is going to be option 4. If you are going to make equation in this question, this is going to be tricky and very lengthy. So I'm not going to make any equation in this question. I'm going to solve it directly by using the options. And with this, we conclude this solution because all 22 questions are done. Thank you.